So on your travels, you wake up after a day of traveling and you decide to keep going. So you keep going. It's still somewhat morning-ish, turning into the evening, and on your travels, you encounter a small group of other travelers who, well, not really travelers. They look a little sketchy to you, and they seem to be all crowded around this one female who seems to be backing up.
Arcana check on the female.
You're too far away.
Is it Sasha?
You only see this after, like, you only see this off to the distance.
We could recognize her, right?
I start running like heck.
You can get closer.
And my Arcana check was 25, by the way.
You don't feel a magical presence anywhere, except you do feel that an item that she's holding. You assume that it's an item that she's holding because she's trying to tuck away something in her like coat.
About how close am I by this point in time? How many spaces away?
You are around 20 spaces away.
I'm also running pretty much right behind him.
I'm following.
You guys come up to them at a fair distance so that they don't notice you.
I need to know when I'm 10 squares away.
Alright. So, you're not really 10 squares away. You're like 11.
That'd be 50 feet.
Yeah.
I take one step forward.
Okay, you take one step forward. What happens?
And I yell out at them, "What are you doing to that woman?"
They don't hear you. But
I'm like yelling.
Oh, okay. That's okay. So they turn around, and a couple of them turn around, and some of them are still looking at her. And one of the humans say, "This is none of your business. Go on your travels."
I pull out my sword.
Okay, I become possessed by my
I imagine we
spirit of
the cart.
vengeance.
We got out already.
My eyes start going black and my shadow recedes from the ground. And a blazing starfall appears in my hand.
Hold on, I immediately grab your shoulders and I signal for you to hold on.
I pull out the blowgun. The blowgun?
I mentioned I mentioned in character, violence is not the answer to everything. And I step forwards in front of you. And I hold out my sword and my hands to the men, and I say, "Everyone stop now. I just want to know the meaning of what's going on right now."
Was there any darts with the blowgun? Okay, don't pull that up then.
Alright.
Really? I was going to shoot a halberd with it.
So, okay, they reply to you. Oh, what did you say again?
What is the meaning of this? What's going on? What are you doing to that woman?
While he says this, I close my hand, making the blazing starfall.
The one who originally spoke to you spoke again, and he says, "This is none of your concern. She has something of ours, and we only mean to take it back."
What is it? And could I speak to the woman as well and see her opinion on the matter of what's transgressing?
The man sort of looks away, and you see him sort of or whatever, and then he
a thinking look appears on his face.
Not really a thinking look.
More like a growl or a scowl, probably.
More like a scowl. He just scowls underneath his breath, and he looks over to wherever, and he kind of notions, and he looks back and says, "Yeah,
No.
This is personal. This is too personal for you to get involved with. It is best if you would leave."
Intimidation check.
I'll do it too.
The woman finally notices you guys, and she
23.
And instead, my
I'm
shadow
gonna do
goes
a
back
bluff
into the
check,
ground,
actually.
and the bird appears on my shoulder.
23.
26.
I got a 19 for a bluff, and this is what I say. That woman is my daughter-in-law, and you will stay away from her this instant, or I'll kill you all.
And what do you say?
I roar really, really loudly.
I have a manacle grin, and I rolled a 26 intimidate.
Wow.
I just roar while I'm brandishing the double axe.
Nice going. Some of them actually turn and run, and the guy who originally spoke to you looked back and said,
black
"You
fire me."
cowards!"
Blackfire me.
And then just a second, I'm going in order. when they heard from you and you, a couple more left, and you are really close in dodging a battle here. So then he's like, and then what do you want to do, Amber?
It's okay. It passed the time they would have had to still be there.
Oh, okay.
I used one of my encounter powers on Rogar, and he bursts into black fire. Of course, it's an illusion, but but they don't know this unless they have knowledge of it already. So
and I end up yelling at the people, "Be gone, fools!"
Since you see these guys are just regular bandits by now, and there were a couple Kenkus, a couple of humans, a couple of elven
You
people.
hear a con distance.
Actually, when you first arrived, you did hear some Kenkus going, shiny, shiny.
And you hear a con distance.
But you see them all running away now because they don't know what to make of this. They were no real threat to you in the first place. They were just hoping that they
So basically they were all minions?
They were all basically like...
They all would have pretty much died in my first 2 hits.
Pretty much. So you see the woman there, and she's kind of shocked, and she looks at you.
The fire
As all the guys, now that all the guys are gone, I look towards Rogar and I look towards Corey, eyeing you guys up, and I mention, this is why wit is stronger than the blade.
He eyes you
The
up.
sharpness of my blade is also just as sharp as my tongue.
Unfortunately, sometimes I don't get a choice.
Jesus,
I
what
think
happens
my
if you
roar
bite your
worked pretty
tongue?
well.
That would hurt like a bitch.
Anyways.
I think roaring worked well.
Yes, it did. I have to say, it added on to the effects quite
That's
well.
how I use my
I
tongue.
like the fire.
You cut steak
With the
that?
maniacal dragon.
With my blade, yes,
Dragon,
not with
that's
my
not
tongue.
maniacal.
You wouldn't have to chew. You could just
Eh.
thinly slice everything.
So now the fire is receded from me.
Alright.
My
This
eyes
is
are normal.
disturbing,
I
Ryan.
look
Redo that again.
pretty normal for a dragonborn. And I approach the woman.
I also.
Her cheeks kind of turn red as you approach her.
Why? What am I, the lady killer of the group? Come on,
Yeah.
seriously?
You got a reputation now.
You have a reputation. Da-da-da-da. I pull something out of midair and it says, "You have a reputation."
Achievement unlocked.
You
Yeah,
get a
flash-
dragon attacking you.
What?
Flashbacks of Fallout New Vegas appear in your mind. Okay. For reals now, you all approach her, and she looks like she's kind of quivering, doesn't know what to do.
I hold out my hand and a gesture. She's human, right?
Yes.
And I go, I believe this is a human custom.
This is what she looks like.
Oh, okay.
No.
Just the
I
butter
believe
face.
this is a human custom, and I hold out my hand to her, and I go, "You're safe here. We're friendly."
I give it
Uh,
up. And I put my double axe away.
she kind of like lifts out her hand like this, and kind of shakes your hand weakly, and then...
I roll a 28 diplomacy check and I say, "He is being serious. There is nothing to fear from anyone in this group."
She kind of calms down,
Except
and
for
she
him.
says, "Well, I thank you for saving me.
But your princess is in another castle.
Thank you for saving me. What are you guys doing out here?"
We're just traveling to Caton's Cross. Do you happen to actually know the way? Because we ourselves are following this really badly drawn map, and
No, you got a magical map that's really detailed.
we're following this magical map that I may fear could be an illusion. So if you know where Caton's Cross is or know a faster route, we'd be happy to escort you there to safety, because these roads can be dangerous, as you just saw with those bandits.
Her eyes lift up and she says, "Well, that's a grand idea. Actually, I was actually headed there right now. I can, if you guys agree to protect me, I can lead you there."
What do you guys think?
That will be of no concern. We might as well. We are
I
all
give a nod
going in
and
the same
glance over
direction.
to our other
And
two
besides,
associates.
you have something that intrigues me.
Gilgahar?
I
you
asked
agree?
you two what you want to do.
Sure.
She kind of like tucks it away
What do you
even
guys,
more
obviously?
and steps back slightly.
I do not mean harm. I am curious. My past has made me very intuitive into these kind of things, and I just request that I can see it. I will not take it from you. I will not harm you for it. All I wish is to see it.
She refuses to let go of it, and she says, or she just shakes her head, and she says, I'm sorry I can't show this to you.
Is it of family importance?
She turns her head, no.
Did you honestly steal it from the bandits that were attacking you?
No. She says, no, this is mine.
Do I have to do an insight check to see if she's bluffing?
No, she's sincere. She knows. You know it's hers.
Let's just escort her to Caton's Cross. We don't need to be prying into the affairs of others. We saved her from the bandits, and that is enough. That's how my character's like.
Awesome. So it takes you another day and a half since you didn't do a battle. So, a day and a half, and you make it. The magical city of Creighton Cross!
So it was only a day and a half.
Creighton Cross.
Creighton
So
Cross.
how many rations have we lost on the way there?
You lost 500 rations.
I starved
And
to death.
all of a sudden, she's really fat.
So how much rations do we lose?
Since you gathered another member into your party and she had no rations, you lost, let's see. Each of you would take 3. So that
Well,
would
I'm giving her one of the rations out of the wagon.
So you would have to give her 2.
I'll give her the other 2 and take my last
So
3.
each of
That'll
you
actually
lose
take
3.
the rest of mine.
And you lose 2 altogether.
So I can give her one as well, 'cause...
That's alright.
Okay.
I want to make my list a little bit more clean.
Well, you do that whole even odd number thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that too.
So, just like...
Potato!
And during the
Well,
entire
that's
talk, I
tasty.
just
And I'm
chat
a
with the
potato.
person.
Okay.
Just finding out what I can about the person.
Right.
Should I roll diplomacy?
Sure. Kind of weird though. You always like to talk to the women.
Yeah.
Well, we don't ever have men!
I'll make a man one day.
21.
21, yeah.
Oh god, I love that song. Watch the Mulan.
Okay.
My person's a very kind person.
No, I was
You get
doing
past
the
the
DBZ
crazy.
Alright, so you make it to the magical land of Kitten's Cross, which is actually just pretty much just a small town. There's a castle on a hill, there's a moat around it, there's a couple shops on either end, and the rest are just houses and some barracks.
Does anyone, I say this in character to the group, does anyone have any hooded cloaks or illusion magic I can use to hide my
I throw a robe at you.
drow form? Thank you. Because the humans on this continent fear my race greatly, and I do not want to cause your group problems.
There we go.
Okay, I'm gonna...
Now I'm
How
only
do you
carrying
know?
one rope.
Humans could love your kind.
No. He's been
drow
dishonored.
in the lore.
I know. It's okay.
Okay.
I just throw a robe at you.
It's you can put robes on top of armor in this game,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Okay. So, cause
I
I'm
have
just,
cloth
I'm just
armor.
wearing
I have
You
leather.
just have to use up one of your minors every time.
I have the
What?
fireburst
Oh.
cloth armor and I have a robe over it, so...
Okay.
Oh yeah, and nothing happens.
So robe equipped.
Oh,
And
no,
is the
it's
robe
just-
hooded?
I know.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. Oh, that's one of the robes that you got from. I'm sure the robes are hooded, aren't
I have 2 robes on me.
Yeah.
Actually, no,
Alright.
I'm wearing a robe. I have 2 robes on me, and we have another robe inside the wagon.
they? Yeah.
I collect robes. What
So
can I say?
I put
Change
the
every day.
hood over and I try to cover up all my skin and stuff, and
One of them's a snuggie.
I'm wrapped up in the robe.
What?
One of them's a snuggie.
So I'm with you guys, ready to
Yeah,
carry
that's the
on.
one I throw at him.
He's like wearing this blue.
It's,
Okay, alright.
Anyways, let's be serious
Alright.
again.
Jeff,
Alright. Mind switching places with me for this?
do you want to? Okay.
Oh.
Just leave that there, I won't be for long.
Alright.
Oh, what's going on?
Nothing there you need to worry about. Just don't, pay attention to any of the pieces there. And
Watch where
also,
you- watch where you
guess
step.
who comes back? I come back. Yay!
Watch where you step over there, because Jeff's playing with some